Am I the a-hole for asking my girlfriend to move out because she started a career as an influencer and stopped respecting my privacy? I, 29 male, have been living with my girlfriend, 27 female, for 2 years, and until recently, things were great between us. We had a good balance of personal space, couple time, and we communicated well, or so I thought. A few months ago, my girlfriend decided to take a stab at being an influencer. At first, it was just a fun hobby for her, posting some pictures and making a few short videos. I was supportive because she seemed genuinely excited, and I was happy she found something she enjoyed. But what started as a casual hobby has spiraled into something that's completely taking over our lives. It's no longer just a couple of photos or the odd video here and there. Now every square inch of our apartment has become her personal studio, the living room. That's where she films her trial hauls, the kitchen, apparently perfect lighting for her day in the life, cooking videos, the bedroom. Let's just say, there are ring lights and tripods where I used to have peace and quiet. It doesn't stop there, she's constantly recording everything, and I mean everything. From the moment I walk through the door, I'm either dodging cameras or getting accidentally filmed. It's gotten to the point where even our private conversations end up on her Instagram stories or TikTok. One time, I confided in her about something really personal, a work situation I was struggling with, and I later found out she had posted part of that conversation as relatable content for her followers. I was furious. I tried talking to her about it multiple times. I told her how uncomfortable I felt being recorded all the time, how I needed my personal space respected, and how sharing private conversations online without my permission was a huge breach of trust. Every time she brushed me off, she'd laugh and say I was being dramatic, or tell me that it's just part of her job now and I should be more understanding. She even suggested that if I didn't want to be filmed, I should stay out of the frame, like it's that easy when she's recording everywhere. Over time, this started wearing me down. I'm not someone who likes being in the spotlight. I work a regular 9 to 5, and after a long day, I just want to come home and relax in peace, maybe have a quiet dinner or watch TV. But instead, I'm stepping around ring lights and trying not to get caught in the background of her latest vlog. There's no escape. Even in my own home, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells, never knowing if I'm about to be recorded without my consent. A few days ago, after a long day at work, I came home to find her filming yet another video. I hadn't even taken off my shoes before the camera was in my face. I tried to stay calm, but I snapped. I told her that I've had enough of living like this. I told her I understand that her influencer career is important to her, but for me, it's becoming unbearable. I suggested that maybe she should move out, not because I want to break up, but because I need my privacy and space, which I'm no longer getting. That's when things really blew up. She accused me of being unsupportive, selfish, and controlling. She said I was trying to sabotage her success and that any real boyfriend would be proud of what she's achieving. She even threw in that I was jealous of her growing following. To be clear, I'm not jealous of her success at all. I just don't want to feel like I'm living on a reality show 24/7 without signing up for it. Now, we're barely speaking, and the tension is unbearable. She's still in the apartment, but it feels like we're worlds apart. I get that her career excites her, and that this is a big opportunity for her, but am I really the asshole for asking for some privacy in my own home? I never thought I'd have to ask my partner to respect my boundaries like this. So, Reddit, am I the a-hole for asking her to move out? Or am I truly being unsupportive of her dream? Next story.
Am I the a-hole for laughing at my crying ex-husband and calling his suffering karma? When we first got married, we were on the same page about one thing: no kids. I never wanted children, and he claimed he wasn't really interested either. We built our life together around that agreement. Everything was going well for 4 years, we had a solid marriage, or so I thought. But then, out of nowhere, he started changing his tune. He suddenly needed to be a father, and it became this huge deal. He decided he wanted kids, and, because I wouldn't change my mind and give him what he now wanted, he chose to leave me. I was crushed. I thought we were in this for the long haul, and divorce wasn't even a thought in my mind. But apparently, hypothetical kids meant more to him than our actual life together. Almost immediately after our divorce was finalized, he remarried. Like, not even a full year later, he found a new woman and boom, pregnancy. Within a couple of years, they had 2 kids. I'm not going to lie, that stung. But I moved on. I went back to school, earned my degree, and landed a high-paying job in healthcare. Life has been good to me. I feel like I've been thriving, and honestly, I'm now at the point where I'm thinking about dating again, maybe settling down with someone new. Fast forward to yesterday morning. I open the door, and guess who's standing on my doorstep? My ex, crying. I could tell right away something was up, so I let him in, got him a drink, and sat down to hear him out. And man, I was not prepared for what came next. He starts pouring his heart out, talking about how his life is a total disaster. Apparently, he hates his life now. His 2 kids are a nightmare, especially the oldest, who has a disability and might be autistic. He said having a disabled kid is financially draining him, and he has no money because of it. But wait, it gets worse. He tells me his new wife, the one he left me for? Well, according to him, she got fat after having kids, never wants to have sex, and yells at him constantly. He can't go anywhere or do anything fun because he's always stuck at home with the kids, and he's completely miserable. And here's the kicker, he tells me he regrets leaving me and wishes he could turn back time. He actually asked if I would take him back. He said he learned his lesson and realized I was the one he should have stayed with all along. The audacity, right? I mean, this guy left me for a life he chose, and now he's back, looking for a way out of it because things didn't go the way he imagined? I couldn't help it, I laughed at him. I mean, how could I not? It was just so pathetic and absurd. I told him straight up that I'm not interested in taking him back, and that with 2 kids and his clear lack of loyalty, he's hardly a catch. Then I said, maybe this is karma for leaving me in the first place. Well, he did not take that well. He got pissed, called me an asshole, and said he thought I would be more supportive, or at least nicer about turning him down. He stormed out, still grumbling about how terrible his life is. So, Reddit, am I the eye-hole for laughing in his face and telling him it was karma? On one hand, maybe I could have been a little nicer. But on the other hand, he left me for this life he's now complaining about, and I just can't find it in myself to feel bad for him.